Yeah, so that Gibson just turned into a Fender, old old tele from '54 or something like that. And just speaking of which, speaking of Keith Richards and turning that '50s rock and roll thing into updating it a little bit, and part of that is you're playing with a band where you're leaving some holes, and some of the rhythm is actually more suggested than actually being played. So if you had Chuck going, you might have Keith or somebody like him doing a more stuff, and you can get a little more random with that. What I love about watching Keith Richards is no matter how many times I watch him, I can't quite tell when his next chop is coming next, or where it's where it's coming from. He's unpredictable, and which is great, because it gives that unpredictable feeling to what he's doing. It keeps you a little bit off balance, but you're moving the whole time. You might be falling off your Cuban heel there, but you're still going. So the sounds get heavier, a little more distorted. This is this amp can't help but distort, because it's an old Fender Tweed deluxe. And they like telecasters. Once again, back to the gear thing. Certain of these sounds are just more friendly. The gear is more friendly to making the sounds, depending on what you're using. But it's also fun to mix that up. You can have a pretty modern rock rig as far as gear, and then play some Charlie Christian solos on it. And that can be interesting too. Anyway. We'll get into more of the Keith stuff, maybe even like the special tuning, because a lot of his famous riffs depend on tuning, and special tunings, and of course that's out there on the net for everybody to, you can dig deep into that. But I'm trying to get more toward a what is the effect of the attitude of the player toward how he's able to swing with the band, swing with the small S, and that's kind of a more general thing. So I'll be wanting to hit like examples of songs, and where we can listen to a fairly simple rhythm guitar idea, and hear where it works and where it doesn't exactly work. Where that swing is happening, and this isn't something that happens overnight to most people when they're hearing this stuff. It takes a while to kind of get a sense for when it feels really good. I think the great example of this is my personal favorite of the Vaughan brothers, Jimmy Vaughan. His rhythm guitar playing is it creates this. It's almost something happens in your nervous system when you kind of get what he's doing, and it's very, very simple as written, but it's really ever heard really nail it the way he does, and it's related to all that stuff we were talking about with Jimmy Reed and Chuck Berry, and there's a kind of, it almost has to do partly with just an attitude and insistence of that rhythm. We'll listen to some of that, and it's nice to, I think, to compare that to, people doing basically the same thing generically, but it doesn't have the same effect. Why? And the question is why? Why doesn't it have the same effect? And if you can start to get a sense for the answer to that question, then you're onto something. So, thanks, Milt Reder here from Rear Window Studio, and hope to be with you again sometime soon about the heart of the feel, the lineage, the rhythm guitar lineage through the ages, from Django and his brother Joseph, through Keef and beyond, and Dave Grohl and everybody else who's rocking. So we'll see you soon. Thanks.